Next question for you is, what is your favorite item in the archives, or the most curious or mysterious item in the archives that you've found?
Yeah, those are always they're interesting questions, because it's like, which of your children are the favorite? The one that's in front of you right now, right? So, but I would say one of my absolute favorite to myself personally, and it's not particularly important, but it's to me it's really kind of fun, and it's kind of one of those what could be kind of stories. So in Oregon in 1964, actually in 63, they started planning for it. A commission was set up, and it was, we have a set of records. I believe the city of Portland has a set of records. So I think both institutions were, kind of, it was one of those multi-jurisdictional organizations, but it was the Delta Recreation Commission. And it was set up to investigate and propose a bond measure to set up a dual use Major League Baseball and NFL stadium in Delta Park. And being an NFL guy, like I really am into the NFL of all sports. I think that's the one I kind of follow the most. It was really fascinating to me to see how close this came. Not really close. It was close enough to get on a bond measure, but it was voted down pretty handily, I think by about 15%. But it was a commission that was just set up to, they went through in the miniature there and the pictures. It was kind of this weird dome, almost spacecrafty looking thing. And it was really, we have the postcards that they sent out to show what it would be like. And it was modeled after some of the really innovative dual use stadiums at the time. So it was set up to have like I believe it had a retractable roof, and was going to be, set up in a way that you could do both of these things and attract two major league teams here. And baseball's had a pretty long history in Portland with AAA teams like the Portland Beavers, but football has really never been a thing here. So those, the records were just cool to me. They have all this stuff in the election stuff, the way it was voted down, so sad. And then they just kind of sat there most of the time I've been at the county archives for 23 years now. And they've only been used a couple times, with the exception of just the actual picture used for an exhibit. But the guy that did the research was researching sports in Portland, specifically Portland, not in Oregon. And his conclusion was that the failure of the Delta Dome was both good and also it was Portlandy, in the sense that, I don't know if you've been to Delta Park, but Delta Park now has soccer stadiums. It's got baseball fields, softball fields, tracks, and all this stuff. And he said, the fact that we don't have an observational sports setup in Delta Park, but we have a participatory sports setup in Delta Park, is really a lot more Portlandy, and it's also probably better for the community. And I hadn't thought about it that way, but that's absolutely true, because I do like to play sports too. So I can see where that makes a lot more sense, to have something where people are, getting off their asses and out, like actually running out there and playing, as opposed to, just watching sports either in the stadium or on TV. So yeah, so it kind of worked out. So that's a collection that's kind of near and dear to my heart.
I had not heard that before, but your description, that's so Portlandy, does seem accurate.